What is going on, ladies and gents? Michael or Legacy Kill HD back here today with another Red Dead 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2 video for you. Today we're going to be discussing the possibilities of the main character in the next upcoming Red Dead title. This includes some of the gunslingers that we've already seen within Red Dead Redemption, while we also go over some other possibilities. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I discuss a lot about upcoming games, and also check out the most recent Red Dead video. I discuss the 10 things that we want to see in the next upcoming Red Dead title. Nonetheless, guys, let's get right down into it. We're going to start with our first possibility, and that is a younger John Marston. Now, as I believe everybody who's watching this knows, John Marston was the main character for Red Dead Redemption, and unfortunately by the ending of the game he met his demise. It was one of the saddest moments in video game history. I don't even know how to describe the amount of emotions I felt, but it was a great story from Rockstar Games, which is why we all love Red Dead Redemption and are looking forward to the next Red Dead title. But a lot of people throughout the community wants to know, is there any chance of John Marston returning in a prequel? And as most of you guys have known, if you are following me, there was a leak map that came out a few months back, and we got our first little look at what Red Dead 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2 will be like. It will be a prequel. We don't know the exact date, but it definitely is going to be probably a couple decades before the events of Red Dead Redemption. So what does this mean? We could be getting something with John Marston and maybe an origin story. Now, we know that John Marston's mother died in childbirth with him, and his father ended up dying 8 years later in a bar fight. But the big question would be the influence that Dutch has on him, because John ends up going into an orphanage and he somehow escaped and he ends up in Dutch's gang. But what is said is that Dutch taught him a lot about life. He taught him how to shoot, he taught him how to hunt, and the influence that Dutch has on him could be a very big thing in the next Red Dead game. And then there's other questions about the other characters within Red Dead Redemption who are also part of the gang, being Javier Escuela and Bill Williamson, and the roles that they had on John at the time, and also just seeing what ended up leading up to his almost death in 1906, and also how he ended up with Abigail. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about that? Do you think a younger John Marston would be fun to play with, or do you feel like it should be somebody else? Let me know. But let's move on to our next possible character, and that is Landon Ricketts. I've been reading through the comments of my videos, and I see a lot of people discussing about Landon. He is a legendary outlaw. He was an older type of guy within Red Dead Redemption. He talks about his tales, a lot of the moments in the past, and how he pretty much gave up the lifestyle. But a lot of people have also wanted to explore his history, just because he was more of a vigilant. A lot of people saw him as a hero, and it kind of sets up for being a character in a Red Dead game. And some of the most notable events are him killing the Butcher brothers in 1896 and the infamous Black Water Massacre in 1899, which ultimately led to him putting the gunslinger lifestyle behind him. With Blackwater and the Great Plains being featured in the next Red Dead title based on that leaked map, it would make sense that we actually get into the Black Water Massacre of 1899 from Landon's point of view and figure out why he actually wanted to get away from the gunslinger lifestyle and move on. It would also allow us to see some of the other notable events in his past that made him into the legendary outlaw that he is known in Red Dead Redemption. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you like to follow Landon Ricketts' story and path? We know of some other things involving him, such as his wife passing from unknown reasons. Maybe we find out what exactly happened there. There's a lot of different types of paths that they could take with Landon Ricketts, and I think either way it would be a lot of fun just following the legendary outlaw. Nonetheless, let's get into the last topic, and that is coming from Rockstar Games. They actually stated that they really did like the multiple protagonists in GTA 5, you know, the Trevor, Michael, and Franklin. That could set up for Red Dead 3's main characters. We could be getting multiple characters, which could give us younger John Marston or Landon Ricketts, or somebody completely new. That's actually what I think that they're probably going to be aiming for, giving us an original idea with new characters. If anything, I think they're probably going to be bringing us some cameo roles. Maybe we get a John Marston cameo, but I think that's the most that we're going to be getting. I do think the Landon Ricketts could stick up. I really think that's possible, but I just don't see them going back to John Marston, bringing him a younger self. I just feel like they're going to be going for something a little bit more original, and maybe something like a GTA type of deal where we get a couple characters from the original game and they move on. If you don't know what I'm referring to, in GTA 4 to GTA 5, GTA 5 features, I believe, Packy, and that's really the only character that you actually see. Where you get some mentions of some of the events like Nico Bellic, but that's about it. And that seems to be what Rockstar Games is trying to do nowadays with their video games, trying to bring more original ideas, which I do respect. And with the new character, I'm really looking forward to seeing the different types of characters that we actually get. Maybe we get a female lead for the first time, and maybe we get somebody with a Native American background. It'd be a lot of fun to explore a Native American that time and seeing the struggles that they actually had to experience. I just feel like there's endless possibilities, and I hope that they do something very different than what we would have expected. Like I've said throughout this video, drop in the comments what you guys want to see from the main character for the next Red Dead game. But if I had to guess, and that Rockstar Games isn't actually making a new story, going through the past of some of our characters that we already know through Red Dead Redemption, I really have to think that they're going to go through a John Marston or a Landon Ricketts origin story. I mean, Landon Ricketts was right there in the prime of the West, and it'd be so much fun to explore the history of the West through him. And John Marston, just one of the funnest main protagonists protagonist to play through. I think no matter what, if we got to play as him one more time, I think everybody would be satisfied. Anyway guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smack the like button if you did enjoy the video, and also subscribe for a lot more videos about the upcoming Red Dead title. I want to say thank you one more time, and I'll see you guys later.